Part 6 of what's happening in the Delphi, Indiana case, I think. So, just like Doug Carter stated, you know, it would take maybe a family member, and they stated a lot of different things on different podcasts, like Down the Hill podcast, the audio, where there's a 10-part series that if you go watch that, you'll get intimate details of the family, what was going on, why I think that the fire chief was fired, the mayor, you know, resigned at that time, the prosecutor, is because somebody fucked up and let Dennis in. And maybe they're just waiting to go after them people for when the one person shows up that can name who that is. Because though you might think you know who it is, you have to have DNA, you have to have him there, and now finally they have everything that they need. Now they got that new building for 2 more years. Mind shock, you might be right. The Weaver that did the Linda Weldy case, that pulled her out of the fire, could be somehow connected to Delphi murders, autopsy and shit. Sometimes people place people in certain positions that help them. Now, as I've stated, Dennis used to burn cars and tried to burn our trailer down, I believe, the trailer. I know about the cars, because he would catch toilet paper on fire and put it in the car, and I was like 6 or 7. My mom and dad was still married at that time. Why was he burning that car? Evidence. He burned a car with me in at the scene at a Kmart in Richmond. I've talked to the police about this to see, you know, if I could be in trouble for this. You know, I can't. I take a risk on telling the truth too, you know. I mean, my credibility is good with them. I don't care what you think. I told them, I said, I make some fucked up videos. They know. They know. I said, man, it's hard for me to deal with this. I said, I might seem like I'm erratic or fucked up in the head. I said, I do have some fucking problems from him. I'm just getting over being off of heroin. You know, I'm not no meth head. The cops down here even know that. They've talked to the cops. I've had cops down here I've went up to that personally have done things for me in this case. Cop Facts, Jim Wagner, Clutch, spelled with a Klutch. A lot of them have helped me. I've been in touch with DNA people in GED Match. I've been in touch with family members that can validate the Harmons, and the Harmons were brothers that were pretty violent and probably killed Jeffrey. We don't know what all the cops are doing. I mean, it takes time, yeah. I'm not patient. No, I don't have patience. I mean, because for 46 years I've said this motherfucker this and this motherfucker that. No one listened. And it's like your whole life, it's like, well, what the fuck do you do, man? Well, fuck it. I'm going to go being homeless. I'm going to go to heroin. I'm going to do meth every once in a while whenever I ain't got heroin. I didn't like meth. I didn't like being wired out and any more than what I already am because of what Dennis put me through. And yeah, Dennis put me through, but I can't hold on to that no more because Dennis is gone. Dennis don't control that no more. Dennis, as long as Dennis was alive, Dennis still had power, control, manipulation, and coercion and throwing off of himself to make it look like, oh, Sean's just fucking going through one of his another thing. He's fucked up in the head. He's been on drugs all of his life, and he was on meds as a kid. No, I wasn't. When you told Jennifer 9 and down here, and I kept that, Jennifer, you know, you said Dennis seemed like an authoritative figure. He seemed like he was very mean to you, and you said he made you feel like he was a law enforcement officer, and that he said something about you being on meds at a young kid. No, I wasn't. Prove to me where I was prescribed those meds, and prove to me where the school gave me them meds. C.R. Richardson, Largo Elementary, Oak Grove Middle School, Largo Middle School, Hibbert Middle School, fucking Richmond High School. No, you can't. I wasn't on meds until I was 21. And then they put me on Paxil, which made me suicidal because I was living with Dennis and dealing with getting my son out of the welfare for 3.5 years. And him in the behind the scenes fucking me up. Not paying me for the business that was in my name. I need a fucking lawyer. I need a lawyer that can help me with probate, with his estate, with what he took from me, from what the state did to me in Indiana. I'm here in Louisville, Kentucky at 502-965-3372. I need a lawyer to find out what my son is involved in. I need a lawyer to help me with DNA, of checking to see who my father is, with Roger Allen Jask, who's in the murder of my uncle Jeffrey Allen Harmon. 5 days before I was murdered, 5 days before I was born, he was murdered, stabbed 19 times. I need some answers on who my real father is, whether Dennis killed him, whether Roger's in prison for 46 years for something he didn't do, that 2 of the fucking lie detector tests come back as fucking he passed, and someone else admitted to the murder in prison that was blamed on him. We need you. Someone get this out there, because it's not for publicity. It's not for the $325,000, which I didn't want in the beginning, but for the bullshit that I'm going through and the answers I ain't getting. I need money to get those answers.